In the high Andes, where the mountains stretch toward the heavens, there is an ancient legend, one that speaks of the crying stones. It is said that when humanity forgets the sacred laws of the earth, the mountains weep. Long ago, the Inca ancestors, revered as the children of the sun, lived in harmony with the mountains. They believed that the stones held the wisdom of the ages, passed down for gods themselves. The stones, mighty and steadfast, stood as silent sentinels, watching over the land. But the people, in their hunger for power and greed, began to ignore the sacred vows that bound them to the earth. The first tear fell when the harvests began to fail, a drought that never seemed to end. The people prayed, but their offerings were hollow. They had broken the ancient laws. They no longer honored the land, the spirits, or the mountains that cradled them. As their cries filled the air, the earth itself groaned in response. And then, one by one, the stones began to cry. A traveller, lost in the highlands, witnessed the first of these tears. It was said that the stones wept with a sound so mournful, so heart-wrenching, it could be heard for miles. It was as if the mountains themselves were grieving the betrayal of those they had once protected. Days turned into weeks, and the weeping continued. The people, now desperate, sought out the elder shamans who knew the ways of the ancients. They ventured deep into the mountains, where the stones cried louder with every passing day. But the shamans were silent. They knew no sacrifice could mend what had been broken. Finally, at the highest peak, where the air was thin and the sky darkened with clouds, the eldest shaman stood before the largest of the crying stones. His heart heavy, he placed his hands upon the stone and whispered a final plea for forgiveness. And in that moment, the mountains fell still. The crying ceased. But it was too late. The law had been broken, and the earth would never be the same. The stones still weep to this day, a reminder to those who listen. A reminder that the mountains are not just a backdrop to our lives. They are living beings, ancient and wise, and their tears speak of forgotten promises. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.